Well, good morning. And like being outside, being in nature has really come into the limelight over the past 20 months, especially when it comes to little people. And that's what Greenbelt Academy in Grimsby is all about. Happy to be joined by Tiffany.
Hi, Tim.
One of the creators, owners of Greenbelt Academy. So very nice to meet you. I know because there's three of you all together, and normally you all do everything together.
We're a tight-knit group.
We've separated you, and we're gonna meet Joelle and we're gonna meet Jackie as well.
Yeah.
But Greenbelt, this is really cool. So take us through. What's Greenbelt all about?
So Greenbelt is education rooted in nature. We offer nature-based programming for children 18 months all the way up to 10 years old. We have part-time and full-time programs available, as well as a Forest Friday program 1 day a week. We do also offer summer camps.
Because we're at the school, and like this building in itself is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, what's the history of the building?
So it's 150 years old,
Really,
and we love this property because it really lends to our tagline, rooted in nature. So we feel that we're rooted in the community by being, having access to this property. And it's been great for us.
But are you spending much time in there, or is it all out
We
here?
don't spend a lot of time in there. It's only during inclement weather. So if there's a thunderstorm or it's really cold out or something like that happens, then we do go inside, and we do our best to bring nature inside with us to keep the program growing that way.
Okay, so who do we have in the front yard here?
So we've got, this is a mix of our kindergarten classroom as well as grade 1 and 2s. And they're free playing at this point. So they've built in obstacle courses. So one of our principles is that we use loose parts. So as you see, tires, pieces of wood.
Like, how cool is that climbing structure,
We also
right?
have our tire wall, yeah.
Like, I bet you everybody wants to get up that thing.
Yeah, so they love it. I think the parents want to come into the backyard and climb up it too.
So it is a private school.
It is a private school.
Like, how are you unique compared to other private schools?
So what makes us unique is that we are outdoors. So we still offer curriculum that you would get in a traditional indoor school, but we bring it outside, so it's an enhanced environment.
So you're doing everything outside?
So we do as much as we can outside, but they're still getting curriculum. We still have Rotary classes, meaning that we still have music, art, geography, social studies, math, English, all of that, but it's done in an enriched environment.
What's it do for the kids?
I think it's interest-based, right? So that it's hands-on when they're learning about stuff, and it just enhances their learning.
So it's up to 10 years old?
Up to
so
10
after
years.
10, what happens then for these kids? Like, you're graduating kids.
That depends on what the parents want for them, but at the same time, they will be prepared for whatever. The skills that they're gaining in this type of environment aren't just curriculum skills. They're also learning about their bodies, gaining confidence, that kind of thing. So those are skills that they're going to take into whatever they do next.
Is it full-time? Like,
we have full-time programs.
Okay.
So we do have children come full-time. We also have part-time nature immersion, so that's Monday and Wednesday. And then we have the 1 day a week, and that's for children that go to another school, but their parents want them to have nature.
And that's actually going into the forest?
So then we go on Fridays, we go into the forest, and we're there the full day.
We're here, I know it's Monday in our world, but we're actually here on a Friday.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna meet the little people in the back, and the cuteness levels is gonna go, whoa! and then we'll do a little walk close to the escarpment, because you're close to there, and then let's go into the forest and experience Greenbelt Academy and what it's all about on Morning Live. No way! Oh, wow. Morning, everybody. Welcome back to Grimsby and Greenbelt Academy. This is Declan. Hi, Declan. Good morning. So off camera, Declan was telling me how you do some mud painting, and he says that you need a brush. So I gave him a brush, but then he was like, no, the tree is what you paint with. Look at you. He's already one with nature. Great to be joined here by with Joelle, one of the 3 founding members of Greenbelt. We already met Tiffany, and we'll meet Jackie coming up in a little bit. We were at the front.
Right.
Which is the actual school-age kids.
Yeah.
What's back here?
This is the preschool program. So this is 2.5 to 4. We're called the Roots. And then over on the other side, we have our Seeds program, which is 18 months to 2.5.
Oh, so the really little ones. Awesome. Well, the cuteness levels on this side are pretty amazing. And is it the same principles that you have in the front? Because you are a forest school, so you do spend a lot of time outside.
So I'd say we're more of a nature school than we are a forest school per se, because we do bring in our How Does Learning Happen pedagogy with the Ontario, the Ministry of Education, combined with forest school principles. So it's a combination of both. We spend a lot of our time outside though, so you're right in saying that.
Are these little guys, are they here all the time? Part-time?
So some of them are part-time, some of them are full-time. It depends on the child. We do offer a 3-day-a-week minimum for our part-time program. And we visit the forest that we're going to be going to with our older children today. We visit that 2 mornings a week with this group.
Are they making mud muffins?
I don't know. What are you making, Marcus?
Marcus, are you making mud muffins? They look yummy. The dirty factor is a thing.
Yes.
They come home dirty.
For sure. So you'll see that most of them have our Muddy Buddy suits on. So these are the full suits. So in all weather, they can wear that over top. It kind of keeps them a little bit clean, and their clothes underneath clean at least. Their outer layer, we just tell parents at the beginning. When we meet them, we say, this is a hands-on program. You are going to get dirty. They do laundry once a week. Like there's no point in doing laundry in between.
Because
it's always going to get dirty.
There's always going to be dirty.
And it's so good for them, right?
Well, what does it mean for like little kids like this to be out in nature?
Well, it's really important for them to be immersed in nature. It does have a better connection to nature later in life, so they want to protect the environment if they have an early understanding and opportunity.
Do you have a lot of these guys that move on to the school?
Yeah, so most of our children, I would say more than half do move up to the kinder program.
Move up to the kinder program.
So you'll see that we do offer a lot of risky play in our obstacle courses, maybe riskier than other daycare centers.
We don't see, like one of the kids was standing up on something where it's like, wow!
I know. So if they're capable of getting up, they're capable of getting down. That's one of the forest school philosophies. So.
And if they fall and go boom?
We're there to help them.
Yeah.
So, but if they're capable of getting up, most likely they'll be good to get down. But again, if they're up there and they need help, then we'll help them.
Okay. So. Well, let's check in. Marcus, those mud muffins ready yet? Not ready yet? They're not quite ready yet. Okay, so we'll take a break. We'll come back and then we'll relocate.
Thank you.
Because this is one part of Greenbelt Academy. The other is actually we go to the forest and we'll explore the forest on Morning Live. Everybody in the dirty water! Good morning, welcome back to Grimsby and Greenbelt Academy. We've changed up locations, so if you've been watching through the morning, you would have saw us actually at the school. But now we've walked about 5 minutes down the road and into nature because Greenbelt Academy is a forest school. Happy to be joined by the 3rd founding member of Greenbelt is Jackie. Hey, Jackie.
Hi.
This is so cool to have this so close to that.
It's great that we can walk here, and being outside has so many benefits. So fresh air, getting vitamin D, but then being in the forest, there are so many great challenges for the students. They get to practice their fine and gross motor skills. So there's things we don't have maybe at our school. So we have these vines growing out of the ground and on the trees, so they have to learn how to navigate that when they're walking. They get to climb trees while they're supervised, so they get to practice those gross motor skills that we don't necessarily have at the school. And it's just a great new experience. As you can see here too, they're playing in the creek. So this is something that changes depending on the weather. So after heavy rainfall, we have this creek that they get to play in, and they can also see, well, why is there a creek today and there wasn't yesterday? And we get to go into that a little more in depth and describe the science behind that.
How much is it organized play and how much is it free play?
We try to balance it as much as possible. So we do small group sessions when we're in the forest. So some kids will get to free play while we're doing some STEAM activities with the other students. So we do a large majority of our time in the forest is free play though.
Is free play. And it's got to be cool. It's like, so this creek wasn't here yesterday, and as things get colder and colder and the leaves are coming down and the leaves are changing, like how much do you explore that?
We incorporate that as much as possible. So when we come to the forest, we are doing the forest school curriculum. So we are talking about things that they can see with their eyes, right? We're talking about it's fall now. Why is it fall? What happens with the rotation of the sun and the earth? And why are the leaves changing? Photosynthesis.
So we just had somebody spill there, and that's going to happen.
That happens.
Okay. There's something that we always say, I'm ingrained by doing this and saying with my kids is, be careful.
Be careful, yeah. So we try to use other words other than be careful, because saying just be careful, well, what does that mean? Be careful of what? So we try to elaborate to the students and say, oh, it's muddy today, maybe watch your step. Or, oh, there's water today, make sure you have your boots on and your splash pants so you don't get very wet. Same with climbing trees, it's very wet today, so we'll make them aware of that. And maybe say, we don't climb this tree because it's a little too slippery.
So we have a scavenger hunt? Is that what's...
We do, yeah. There's a scavenger hunt going on.
Cool. Okay, let's take another break. Is there always open spots? Like you're always looking for, or does it go like this calendar year, like the school year, or how do you guys work?
So our school-age students are September to the end of June, so school year, but our preschool program is all year round.
All year round.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh, so you got to look for that one.
Yeah, Norway maple.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and maybe you can find it by the time we come back.
Yeah.
Sound good? Perfect. We'll be back in the forest in Grimsby with Greenbelt Academy. I'm Morning Live. Oh, score! It's mudsliding time. So, if you're worried about getting your kids dirty at forest school, probably not the best. Welcome back to Greenbelt Academy. We're in the forest with the whole gang. Back here with one of the founding members, Tiffany. This is the mudslide.
This is our mudslide. Yeah, so rainy days, we jump in puddles and do mudslides. So yeah, and it's really great. They get to really immerse themselves in the environment.
When parents pick them up, they're just like, what were they doing today? Or they just come to expect it because they're at
So
forest
they
school?
come to expect it. We do our best to prepare parents because it is a part of our program, and it can be a lot. So, you know, especially depending on the season, sometimes every day they're coming home with wet bags of clothes. But we really try to educate the parents on the benefits of mud play and why it's important that they're completely able to immerse themselves in the environment.
Because this is the escarpment, right? Like
This
we're
is the
out
Niagara
here and
Escarpment.
like the school's just down the road,
Yeah.
and you guys can come and be here and interact with it and love it.
Yeah.
And see the seasons change. Because in the winter, when there's a whole bunch of snow here, I bet you this is a pretty awesome,
Snow hill.
Snow hill.
Exactly. Yeah, it's great.
right?
And yeah, so then we just change that and we toboggan a lot and roll down the hills and things like that and engage in winter activities.
So in our world, it's Monday, I know, but we're actually here on a Friday.
Right.
And for Friday, you have kids that are only here 1 day a week.
1 day a week. Yeah.
So they go to regular school, and how does
They
that
go
work?
to regular school and then they don't go to school on Fridays and they join us here in the forest instead.
And why is that important for those
Well,
kids?
it
or
really
parents?
helps enhance their learning. So they're building the skills that that nature offers. So social, emotional, physical skills. So they're active all day long, right? And learning how to use their bodies and all of those kind of benefits that go along with nature school. So it really helps enhance the learning that they're already getting from regular school.
What's the future for you guys?
So
you started in 2016, right?
Yeah.
You moved into your facility in 2019. Like,
Yeah.
where do you want to go? How many kids do you have now?
we are at about 40 plus kids right now,
Okay.
and we want to expand. So what we want to do is really work with the community to provide more availability for these types of programs for more children. So not just parents that can afford these programs, but all children. And so that means that we're going to have to partner with the city and places like that and see what we
Yeah.
can do to grow our business. So we're looking into opening a not-for-profit side of our business to help achieve those goals. And just get as many children immersed in nature as we can.
You look pretty clean. How dirty do you guys get?
I'm usually covered by the end of the
Are you?
day.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie, I wiped off a little bit.
Well, I don't know. Like, should I give this mudslide a try? Should we try that? I don't know. I don't know. Are big people allowed in the mudslide, or is it just for? It's just for. Whoa! Okay, you guys show me how. Whoa! Are you gonna show me how to do it? It's not really slippery.
Yeah.
But you go down first, and I'll come down behind you. Okay?
I can make
You gotta kind of push yourself. Oh. My work wife, Luke, behind the camera, is not going to let me come in the van on the way home. Well, thanks for coming in behind you. Thanks for allowing me to come, guys. It's moving now. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You're gonna make it sit here too.